You know, all of my life I've heard that a truly successful person, a really, really successful person, and even modestly successful, cannot run for public office. Just can't happen. And yet that's the kind of mindset that you need to make this country great again. I get paid a lot of money to make speeches, and I give the money to charities, and I'm happy about it and all this. But one of the words I've added over the last couple of years was pressure. A word pressure is turning out to be more of an important word, and more people are responding to it because a lot of people that I watch have no ability to handle pressure when times are bad. And I could give you so many examples, and they fail. When I went through tough times, I learned a lot. First of all, I learned a lot about myself. I learned I could take it because I had friends that went through tough times, and some committed suicide, some just went into a shell, some went home and said, "Mama, don't let me out in the real world again." When I went to school, two people. One was really smart, the other one was not so smart. The not so smart one went to work for a big oil company. The really smart one went to work for an airline. Well, let me tell you, the not so smart one is a very rich man today and does very well and heads up a company and he makes money. And look, I could give you the stock answer. You got to love what you do, all that stuff. Okay, you know. But one of the answers is, and that I think is very important, is, and especially as an entrepreneur, you have to pick a business that works because there are some businesses that are very tough. Now, if you don't like it, cancel that. And the guy running the airline it's tough, but he was smarter. He was smarter, he was tougher, he had everything. He even looked better. Not that that matters. He had everything. He failed, and the other guy's a big success. When you run, you have to announce and certify to all sorts of governmental authorities your net worth. So I said, that's okay. I'm proud of my net worth. I've done an amazing job. But I did a lot of great deals, and I did them early and young. And now I'm building all over the world, and I love what I'm doing. I like it because you can touch it, you can feel it. You know, it's there. I own a building. I own Trump Tower on 57th Street. The real estate business is basically an old-fashioned business. It's get the best location, get the best building, make sure you manage it properly, get great tenants. You know, it's never going to change. Now, it can be computerized, and we do all sorts of things environmentally, and we save money on oil, and we save money on this and that, and we fight certain things that we should fight. I started off in a small office with my father in Brooklyn and Queens, and after 4 or 5 years in Brooklyn, I ventured into Manhattan and did a lot of great deals. I'm really proud of my success. I really am. People will ask me, what's the thing about you that's least known? Number one, I happen to be a nice person. I happen to be very generous with people that need help. I do. I like that. I love helping people. And also, I'm very honorable. I've employed tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. That means medical, that means education, that means everything. So here's a couple of stories. Happened recently. A friend of mine is a great manufacturer. And you know, China comes over and they dump all their stuff, and I buy it. I buy it because, frankly, I have an obligation to buy it because they devalue their currency so brilliantly. People say, oh, you don't like China. No, I love them. But their leaders are much smarter than our leaders. And we can't sustain ourselves with that. The people negotiating it don't have a clue. Our president doesn't have a clue. He's a bad negotiator. They got away with it again. And it's impossible for our people here to compete. So I want to tell you this story. A friend of mine is a great manufacturer. Calls me up. I said, what's your problem? He said, you know, I make great product. And I said, I know that because I buy the product. He said, I can't get it into China. They won't accept it. Ask Boeing. They wanted Boeing's secrets. They wanted their patents and all their secrets before they agreed to buy planes from Boeing. Hey, I'm not saying they're stupid. I like China. They talked about environmental. They talked about all sorts of crap that had nothing to do with it. I said, oh, wait a minute, that's terrible. Does anyone know this? He said, yeah, they do it all the time with other people. And you say to yourself, how does that help us, right? How does that help us? Where is that good? It's not. The biggest bank in the world is from China. You know where their United States headquarters is located? In this building, in Trump Tower. I love China. I'm a free trader. But the problem with free trade is you need really talented people to negotiate for you. We have to do it, and we need the right people. If you don't have talented people, if you don't have great leadership, if you don't have people that know business, not just a political hack that got the job because he made a contribution to a campaign, which is the way all jobs just about are gotten. How stupid are our leaders? How stupid are these politicians to allow this to happen? How stupid are they? I think, experience is just a wonderful thing. Learning from experience is a wonderful thing. If you can learn from other people's experience, that's even better, though. If you see other people making mistakes, learn from it. You don't have to make those mistakes yourself. Free trade is terrible. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people. But we have people that are stupid. We have people that aren't smart. And we have people that are controlled by special interests. And it's just not going to work. How are these people going to lead us? I know the smartest negotiators in the world. I know the good ones. I know the bad ones. I know the overrated ones. You got a lot of them that are overrated. They're not good. They think they are. They get good stories because the newspapers get buffaloed. But they're not good. But I know the best negotiators in the world, and they have zero chance at convincing me. Zero. Well, and I'll say, sorry, fellas, no interest, because I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I don't need anybody's money. I'm using my own money. I'm not using the lobbyists. I'm not using donors. I don't care. I'm really rich. So this man tells me about the manufacturing. I say, that's a terrible story. I hate to hear it. But I have another one. So Mexico takes a company, car company, that was going to build in Tennessee. They're going to build in Mexico. They're going to take away thousands of jobs. It's very bad for us. Everybody thought it was a done deal. It's going in, and that's going to be it, going into Tennessee. Great state, great people. All of a sudden, at the last moment, this big car manufacturer, foreign, announces they're not going to Tennessee. They're going to spend their $1 billion in Mexico instead. Because again, they were smarter than our leaders. They were smarter than our leaders. Under President Trump, here's what would happen. I'd say, congratulations. I understand that you're building a nice $2.5 billion car factory in Mexico, and that you're going to take your cars and sell them to the United States, zero tax. That's the good news. Let me give you the bad news. Every car manufactured in this plant that comes across the border, we're going to charge you a 35% tax. I would say within an hour after I told them the bad news. But it could be he'd want to be cool, and he'll wait till the next day. You know, they want to be a little cool. And he'll say, please, please, please. He'll beg for a little while. He'll say, please reconsider. I'll say, no. He'll say, Mr. President, we've decided to move the plant back to the United States. We're not going to build it. That's it. They have no choice. We have all the cards, but we don't know how to use them. We don't even know that we have the cards because our leaders don't understand the game. There are hundreds of things like that. I'll give you another example. Saudi Arabia. They make $1 billion a day. Whenever they have problems, we send over the ships. We're going to protect. What are we doing? They got nothing but money. If the right person asks them, they pay a fortune. They always keep our equipment. We don't send used equipment, right? They always keep our equipment. We ought to send some real junk, because frankly, we ought to send our surplus. We're always losing this gorgeous brand new stuff. There is so much wealth out there that can make our country so rich again, and therefore make it great again, because we need money. We're dying. We're dying. We need money. We need somebody that literally will take this country and make it great again. We can do that. Believe me, folks, we will do very, very well. Very, very well. We have people that aren't working. We have people that have no incentive to work. But they're going to have incentive to work. Because the greatest social program is a job. And they'll be proud and they'll love it. And they're tired of being ripped off by everybody in the world. And they'll make much more money than they would have ever made. And they'll be doing so well, and we're going to be thriving as a country. Thriving. It can happen.